You're good.
Welcome to this episode of Athletes as Educators. Thank you for listening. I'm your host, Angie Lewis, former Pro Ball player, championship winning coach, and author. On this podcast, we speak to current and former athletes who are passionate about sharing the lessons they've learned in sports with others. On our show today, we have Kaleb Thornhill, who is the Director of Player Development with the Miami Dolphins. Kaleb, thank you for joining today.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm excited. What a great platform.
So Kaleb and I met, was it 3 years ago, at what was then 4th and 1. It's a football camp in Lansing, Michigan, but now is Apex Academy. Kaleb, can you talk a little bit about your journey, where you are now, and then about Apex Academy?
Yeah. My journey's been amazing. As a student athlete and growing up in a football family, my father and my brother both attended Michigan State University and played football at a high level there. And I was fortunate enough to have an opportunity to play at Michigan State University as well as a student athlete. And
the one thing that I didn't expect, to be perfectly honest, was you don't play a lot of football at camp.
No.
We have a mutual who's a teacher here in the St. Louis area, Samantha Laurie, and she said, why don't you come up and help out at this camp? They're going to do some ACT prep. And I was thinking, oh, sounds cool. But I thought they play football half the day and then have like 2 hours prep. And I get and they play ball for 2 hours. And that wasn't the bulk of the camp. So can you talk a little bit about why that is your model and how you've seen success?
Yeah, I think that, what football does, just to start out, is it teaches you some phenomenal skills that you can really evolve, right? So we didn't want to lose that component of the camp of football development and the skills, because there's something about working together as a team, especially physically, when you're striving for a goal and you're doing it as a team, and it requires these individuals to come together in a collective effort to have team success. And there's nothing like a team victory where you individually gave your best effort for the team, and to watch that teamwork come together. You learn communication, you learn honesty, you learn integrity, you learn respect of your opponent, the gratitude for the game. All these qualities are great, and we can take a lot of them and incorporate them into their lives. So the football component is big, but it's at the beginning for a reason, so we can really leverage that throughout the rest of the day. So when you look at these student athletes and they're doing ACT prep testing, the reason we did that is they struggle with the ACT test. I came from their school system, their environment, where my highest score was a 17 on the ACT. Was not very good at standardized testing. Why? I didn't do it early enough in my life. I would sweat through the first 15 minutes test and had test anxiety. I quite frankly didn't have the repetitions and didn't practice it as much as I needed to. I always give the analogy, when you were a freshman playing basketball, you probably weren't as good as when you were a senior. I mean, you had to evolve, and it was only through practice, repetitions, day in and day out, and then you grew, you developed those skill sets to where you were a senior, and you had phenomenal success that led you to an opportunity to be back in a team environment, because the 3 elements of human happiness are very simple: connecting to others, personal growth, and contributing to society. So personal growth, connecting to others, and contributing to society. So when you talk about those 3 things, you lose those as an athlete. You lose those 3 things. So how do you, once you lose them, pop those back into your life? Because at that point, God put something inside us. I promise you that those 3 elements, if you have them in your life, you'll be successful. So when you talk about contribution to society, if you can pop those things back into your life with other people, the transition will be much smoother if you just understand those things and not go into isolation, to not go into losing purpose, but really redefining your life. I just say, for any student athlete, it's go. Do it, have a vision, get other people around you, talk to other people, interview other people that have had success. If you like a program, get that person on the phone, talk to them, reach out. We all need mentorship, we all need guidance, and we can't do it alone. So don't think you have to, but just get around like-minded people and make it happen.
Kaleb, that has to be the most succinct, clear, and practical approach to how to transition successfully from being an athlete into a career. Connecting with others, personal growth, and contribution to society. Have never heard it that way. Thank you so much for sharing that. I mean, that was awesome. It makes sense why you have the job that you have. If people want to connect with you, if they want to learn more about Apex Academy, if they want to donate to Apex, it is a 501c3 nonprofit. Apex is trying to grow throughout the country. We're trying to bring it to St. Louis. If people want to donate, how can they reach you? Or if they just want to talk to you, how can they reach you?
Yeah, so they can reach out through Kaleb, Kaleb, at apex-academy.org.